We are live. Hello, everyone. Oh, share with them. Share, Michael. Share.
The only share I know is the bloody singer.
The only shares I know are in my company.
You've got a company?
I work for a company.
Oh.
So, man, sorry. Yeah,
So
welcome.
is everybody.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, Michael's going to shout out the heroes later.
I'm not going to sing the bloody heroes.
Anyway, hope everyone's been doing well over the new year.
Oh, I just nearly forgot the banner. There we are.
There we go, look.
I've gone for the lighter blue tonight.
Why not? Sutty's not with us tonight, is he?
No, he's in bed.
In bed.
I've still got this cough from when I had that bloody virus about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, I've only just got rid of my cough and cold. I've had that about 3 weeks.
I just can't seem to shift this cough at all.
Nah, a lot of people have got it at the moment. So hope everyone else is okay. Sorry, I'm just having a drink. That was me with my bottle. It's me with my bottle. Forget we're on camera. Anyway, so yeah. Good evening, Facebook user. And a happy new year.
Hello.
Evening, folks, and a happy new year. On the roses here. Or is it the rosé?
Chocolate roses or liquid rosé?
Exactly. If it's rosé, it's probably fake.
Yeah.
Yes. So
was
interesting watching the Met Office's 10-day trend the other day.
Yeah. I've seen that yesterday. I'd say what day of the week is.
I know, it's Thursday, isn't it? They were explaining about the MJO, weren't they? And the thunderstorms over in America and stuff. Or in the was it the Western Pacific or the Eastern Pacific? I can't remember.
I think it might have been the Western Pacific.
Oh, that'd be all. Yeah, because there's a cyclone in Australia, but there's also been there's I'll have a look actually while I'm just here. But there was a load of thunderstorms in I think it was in Washington State yesterday or today.
Okay.
I've seen them. I've seen them on YouTube earlier. I sent a video to Gordon. I'll send it to you in a minute actually.
I know they have similar to us at the minute. They've had a few like big Pacific storms coming into the west coast of America at the moment, and I think it was San Francisco had their second wettest day on record. I think on Sunday or start of the week.
The one in the Eastern Pacific was Cyclone Ellie. That's Ellie has in the name. It was. Let's have a look. It looks like it was round Perth somewhere. Not Perth. Up near the top of Australia. I'm just trying to find out here. Yeah, it was. It come inland, so it's coming from the northwest by the look of it, and it's inland at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm just having a look at that. Let me see if I can find something about the showed a thunderbolt hitting a car, and then there was another one of what they call it, like where the wind had gone through. Really, it looked like a derecho, if I'm being honest with you, the way the destruction was.
Was this in Australia? Sorry.
No. These ones were in America. I'm on about now.
Okay.
Ellie was in Australia.
Yeah. I thought it might have been caused by the cyclone. That's why I got. That's why.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Where was it? Oh, there we go. So I don't know. I just
shave.
I need one. No, I was trying to share it. There we go. Share chats, and then you. So lightning strikes truck. So that's to you.
Go. I'll take a look at that shortly.
Yeah, and I'll just send the one about the storm as well. Chats. And there we go. So, yeah, there's them there. I'm just going to have a look at them on the satellite. If you want to crack on with what you want to crack on with.
Yeah, what I'll have a look at is the December stats. I've not had a look at these myself because to be honest, I've forgotten. It's been a busy few days because I was back at work on Tuesday. It's just been a hectic few days here.
Yeah, I'm back at work today. as soon as we finish this, I'm off.
Do you need to be off by 9 o'clock or earlier?
9 o'clock's fine tonight.
I need to be off by 9 o'clock because the apprentice starts tonight.
So
I'll try and get them between about 1:45 and 5 to 11.
If we can get about 8:45, 8:45 to 9, so I can finish off watching the soaps, because I'm just halfway through watching EastEnders.
Oh, yes.
I've got that on pause at the moment. Right, so yes, if you want to go on
with the screen, and I'll crack on with the December stats.
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Let's get it on the screen. There we are. Should be on full screen now. Just double checking. Yes, I am. So December 2022. Make sure I've got the right year and what's the name. Yeah. So overall, December 2022 was. Hang on. So the 61 to 90 anomaly. December 2022 was around about average for most parts of England and Wales, for most parts of England, and just slightly below average for the rest of England, Wales, and about 1.5 to 2.5 degrees below towards northern Scotland. If I put that towards the 91 to 2020 anomaly, literally across the board was about a degree below average, and northern Scotland about 2 degrees below average.
Yeah.
So that was the mean daily maximum temperatures.
Yeah.
I should really look at the mean temperature actually. So I've got the mean minimum actually while we're at it.
Yeah.
So overall, the minimum temperatures was about 2 degrees below for most parts of the UK and about 1 degree for the rest of the parts of the UK. Put them two together, we shall get the mean temperature across the board. So for the 91 to 2020 anomaly, again, we're looking around about 1 degree below average for most areas, and some spots seeing about 2 degrees below average for December. So it was actually been the first time through 2022 where it's been below average. The rest of the year was actually above average.
Yes. I was saying on last Wednesday, it's kind of evened itself out a little bit with the hot temperatures in June and July, and then everything in the second half has kind of evened itself back out.
So let's have a look. The rainfall for the 91 to 2020 anomaly, it's a bit of a mishmash, really. It was drier than average for literally central parts of the UK, from East Anglia through to Wales. Along the south coast was a little bit above average, and perhaps for the northeastern side of Scotland and into far northeast of England, and much drier for western Scotland. But that's changed obviously since the start of this month, really. Let's have a look at the 61 to 90 anomaly. It's virtually
same.
Yeah, much the same. Not much change there.
So it's been a drier to average kind of month, below average temperatures. Obviously,
I would think the rainfall in the last perhaps week, around about Christmas week, I think it may have just helped to get away from the drier spell to more average, really.
Yeah, because we were dominated by high, weren't we? By higher pressure. I wouldn't say dominated totally by high, but what else we got?
Let's have a look at the sunshine.
That'd be interesting. Sunnier. Yeah, I would imagine so.
So for the 91 to 2020 anomaly, most of the UK actually above or slightly above, quite above average, really.
Yeah, about 130 to 150% above the average.
It's just for some reason, it's just the far southeast of England, which was slightly below average. Parts of northeast England slightly below average, and the far north. Sorry, I have coffee. The far north of Scotland and eastern side of Scotland was slightly below average?
That'll mostly be down to the northerly or the northeasterly.
Yes,
causing
within the
clippers.
snow showers.
So you've got like the Kent Clipper there at the bottom, and then you've obviously got the one over Aberdeenshire, and that one going in just over Northumberland and into the southern uplands. There'd be the snow showers coming in that cause that, and the one over the North York Moors as well.
Yeah.
Because it was quite sunny here for the first half of December, and then obviously the tide turned and it's been raining ever since. Really, feels like it.
There's like a little roundabout here. There's this white circle here. I'm guessing that's more or less where I'm sitting actually.
Probably, yeah.
I'm noticing where Gordon is on the Fylde coast. They've actually had about 150%.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
And saying that, parts of
No,
far west of Northern Ireland have actually had about over 170% of their annual sunshine. Does it make a difference with the 61 to 90?
A little bit.
No, not too much.
Some spots, but we go by the 91 to 2020 now, don't we? So, well, most people do anyway.
Yeah. Because it's
always good to look at the anomalies from further back as well.
So we've got the sunshine there. Days of air frost. This will be interesting.
A lot. Not many.
And days of air frost. Slightly above average, looking at that. Yeah, slightly above average. Let's have a look at the ground frost.
Interesting.
Average. Maybe a little bit below parts of the Scottish Highlands. Excuse me again, I really can't shift this cough. It's when I start talking for a while, my voice starts irritating around my voice box.
It's going, don't worry. So it's interesting seeing that ground frost around Scotland. Well, that's days rather than nights, isn't it?
Days of
ground
frost, obviously it'd be like during the night, so
in general. Yeah, because there was a few times it was like minus. I think there was one day it was minus 18 in an island. So
yeah,
could be. I don't know.
Could be. May have been affected the last week or two when the weather changed. Nearly a week before Christmas, and we had all that milder air. So maybe that's what perhaps knocked it down a bit. Excuse me.
Yeah. So
one last thing, we might as well. I know it's December, but let's see where we had any lightning strikes. Pierre says no.
Nada.
Oh, hang on. I know why. Because I'm looking at the anomaly. Let's have a look at the actual. There we go.
Some spherics.
Also,
they would have been in the second half of the month, though, wouldn't they? Coming in.
I've got this nice little line here. It seems like. Yeah. So I'm not sure. It might have been actually a thunderstorm. That might be from a score line, maybe. Could be, yes. Yeah. Think about it. There was a score line at one point during December, and this would have been active. That would have been pushing across the UK, but kind of fizzled out.
That's right.
I remember now seeing that score line developing over there.
Interesting.
So, of these around here, that I remember actually, this here would have been associated with thunder snow, which was snow showers. So quite a lot of these actually, perhaps in the northern Scotland, might have been thunder snow.
Yep.
Can we have a look at the annual, actually?
Actual, no, it's not letting you.
Yeah, so... So we're at it. The year 2022 as an annual Thingamabobbidmadoodar.
Thingamabobbidmagic. CET is the best one to look at.
Yeah. This would cover the whole UK at the moment. Yeah. For the UK as a whole, for 2022, we are about at least 2 degrees above average for southeastern areas. Much of the UK above 1 degree. England was above 1 degree, and more up to 0.5 degree for most of Scotland and Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the rainfall. How's the rainfall? It's quite drier, actually, especially in the eastern parts of East Anglia, who've had about 65% of their annual rainfall. This is probably down to the dry summer, I'll be guessing. They have as many thunderstorms as we would probably normally have especially during June and July. We'll mainly have the thunderstorms, well, especially here through September and parts of October. So across the board, virtually drier than average, away from the Outer Hebrides there. How's the sunshine amounts looking for the whole year? Northwest Scotland, slightly below average, and definitely across East Anglia and up through Northumbria then, Lincolnshire, well above actually the 120% average. So it's been a sunny year.
Yeah, a little bit around East Yorkshire, and then
average for much of perhaps southwestern Wales there. And I think I'll leave that there. We've had a look at that, and
without passing it back to me, we could have switched it over. I'll quickly run through everything. So we'll quickly go to weather warnings, and I'll go to the UKV.
Yeah, you are now on the screen. I've lost my voice.
Right, so yes, we have a wind warning across northern parts of Scotland. Further details, let's have a look. So southwesterly winds will strengthen across the Hebrides and west of Scotland, west coast of mainland Scotland, this evening, with gusts of 60 to 70 mile an hour likely, close to 75 in a few spots. Wind here will then veer westerly and begin to ease later in the night. Meanwhile, far north of mainland Scotland and Orkney will see southwesterly winds increasing during the early hours, with gusts of 50 to 60 mile an hour developing before winds veer westerly and start easing slowly on Friday morning. Usual moderate, medium likelihood, low impact. I believe that carries on for tomorrow as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, same area, so same wind warning. That runs out at, let's have a quick look, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So from 9 o'clock today till 2100 till 10 o'clock tomorrow. Quickly go over to the UKV, share this. Yep, that's me on, yes. So currently, I've just had a quick look on the radar, and the rain is roughly where it is now on this, with a little bit of a squall just ahead of it, with heavier rain. That then moves across, as you can see there, a bit of a squall around 11 o'clock as it crosses over the Pennines into the Midlands. Could get a bit windy there. So as that moves out into the North Sea, clears up, and then we get some showers starting to pop up. There's going to be a brief ridge of higher pressure, but it won't stop any showers from building if we want to. And then another low, as you can see there, then starts moving for tomorrow evening. And that then crosses the country during Saturday early hours. It fades out and then reinvigorates again. It crosses. So first thing Saturday morning could be quite windy. And that then moves out again into the North Sea with showers behind it. Could be thundery, given the wind and the sunshine and stuff. It could become organised as well. And so I'll go through to Sunday. So we've got a line of showers there organising themselves during Saturday evening out to the west, but they seem to fade away quite quickly. Same with the ones during Sunday early hours. And then we have another band of rain, sleet, possibly some snow across northern parts, into the southern uplands, maybe even into Northumbria, around the even around the Lake District and the North York Moors, not North York Moors, the Yorkshire Dales during Sunday. There's colder air comes around the back of a low pressure system that's out to the west. They've been talking about it a lot on the Met that cold air is going to start digging in from Scandinavia over the top of this low pressure.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly show that now. So, yeah, as you can see there, another band of rain comes in for Tuesday. So there's a couple of days of reasonable weather. Not as organised, but still showery, but usable, I'd say, for want of a better word. We'll quickly go on to tropical tidbits. It shows you where them storms were in California, by the way. If you want to have a look at them after the broadcast, right? Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to share this tab, and I'm going to go into the right area and go to the North Atlantic. So this is the low pressure here to the east, to the west of England. That's going to probably drag in the air. I'm going to see if we can get a better view of this, more towards Europe. Oh yeah, there we go, Europe. This will give us a better idea. And I wish I could put the 850 on. That might help. That'll be lower dynamics. I know I'm having one of them days today. I can't get anything going. I'll just go back to normal one. Here we go. This might help. No, don't work. Right, try again. Sorry, guys. It's just, a mess at the moment. Right, anyway, back to where we were. So that low pressure, that's coming in the west, to the east. This low that's coming in now that you can see is what will drag in air over the top and then return. So I think that's what you'd call a returning, what's the name of it? An Arctic maritime, returning Arctic maritime.
That is correct.
Yeah, I got it right for once. So yeah, that low then fills, but still influences us on Monday. As you can see, over the top, coming around the back. So yeah, it's quite cold up in the Arctic at the moment. Europe have had a bit of a heat wave over the last few days. That's now cooling, as you can see over the back of this high here. So there's the northerlies there, and then southerlies coming up here, but it's still dragging the cold air in. Over the top of that low, that will affect us up until at least Tuesday, and then the westerlies again. So we could get another feed of them returning Arctic maritime northwesterlies kicking in for Wednesday as a call. And that would be a call, a brief ridge of high pressure rather than a call. And that then does the same. But look at this. We may have a northerly setting up. May we? No. Very brief. But there has been talk, as I said, just saying with you on the Met Office, that there might be a return to more drier, but still westerly influenced weather later in the month. So, yeah, if any of you guys want to go watch that, it's on the Met Office YouTube channel. Aidan McGivern explains it a lot more better than we can.
Because they're professional, we're not.
We are not professional, not. But yeah, as you can see there, actually, Yeah, so you got a bit of a southerly there, but with a westerly influence more further north, just settles there. So that could actually bring some cold air out of Scandinavia. Then flat westerly, southerlies. So yeah, we get a few days of high air pressure, about 5 or 6 days, and then it's back to normal again. Back to the old flat westerlies. Oh, well. So this is 384 hours away toward end of January. Does give us a hint of the northerly.
Yeah.
Just
Nice surprise at the end.
Nice little surprise. We have first 12 o'clock run. Where shall we go next? I'll pass it over you for GFS, Michael.
Yeah, I will get the fact charts ready. Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. All right, there's the good old Met Office. So current synoptic charts from the Met Office. We've got low pressure to our northwest. We've got this cold front coming. Oh, excuse me. Do apologise. I've been eating those chocolates. We've got this cold front coming through the country overnight with an area of low pressure wind up in the Atlantic and a nice 946 there. That's the one I'm guessing that will come towards us for the weekend. Yep, send some weather fronts our way.
Yeah, bringing that returning maritime.
So how low does it go? 949, so 946. What is it at the minute? So it's not really developed, so it's getting developed in the jet stream the next 24 hours.
It just feels and you got a load, that next load bringing itself in for the week.
So from 987 to 946, that's going to be an explosive cyclogenesis forming there.
Yep.
By the time it gets to the UK, it'll be quite a mature system, but there'll be still plenty of wind and rain around.
Yep.
So as Paul mentioned, what's going to happen is going to start dragging some of this air from the Scandi, and that's going to come round the back end of this and won't be cold air, but it'll be definitely cool up what we've been getting the last week or two.
Yeah, back to more average kind of weather.
Yeah. So we've got this high pressure over Siberia, and there's a lot of cold air sitting here. And as this low pressure moves in, just going to start dragging a bit of this round. Oh, I've gone back instead of forward there. Very professional. So yeah, I was just going to, you see with these lines here, these are actually going to be our shower bands. Some of these showers could be thundery. So something you need to keep an eye on, especially for western coasts. And that low pressure stays there throughout the weekend, really. We still stay blustery with plenty of showers. Comes
in deep from up near Svalbard there on that end of the run on Monday.
So, yeah, get some of the air maybe definitely from Iceland. So it won't be dead cold, but it'll be cooler than it has been recently.
Yeah.
Then towards our south here, through Iberia, we've got this daisy chain really of weather fronts.
Mm-hmm.
To the north for this will be cooler air. To the south will be warmer air, which will be affecting the Med. Let's have a look at the GFS.
GFS.
I don't know why I said like that for. I do not know. Let's have a look at the 850 because then we get an idea how cold the air is.
Yeah.
So there's our little low pressure. Well, I say little.
That's the one moving through tonight. Could give the wind strengthening up across.
I was going to say it's going to be clear compared to what's going to be developing in the jet stream.
Yep.
There's that system there begin to develop through the jet stream. That starts getting close to the UK, And we begin to see this air over Scandi starts to make its way around in the next 24 hours on this run. Take through to Monday. It's not showing as cold as I thought it would be, actually, if I'm honest. I thought I might have the -5 isotherm across parts of the UK.
Yeah, it's
still cooler than it has been.
Yeah.
So that low pressure starts to fill in, then gets replaced with another area of low pressure moving in from the Atlantic. Again, bring plenty of strong winds, maybe gale force to severe gales in places. We'll have a look at the wind speeds in just a moment. So looking at perhaps a blustery day through Wednesday into Thursday before another area of low pressure. Okay, it doesn't actually. I thought it was going to develop up from the southwest, but it doesn't actually head towards us.
No.
So that's bringing a bit of cooler air in maybe for next weekend before another area of low pressure brings in some stronger southwesterly winds. We've got this high pressure formed to our south, which was mentioned by Paul just a few moments ago. And when they're quite relatively mild air there, maybe some fog, a bit of frost at times, depending on cloud amounts. Got this area of low pressure sat just towards the south of Greenland. We've got this cold air being dragged into the central Atlantic. Will that head our way? Let's have a look. This latest run brings the -5 isotherm across the UK. So some of these showers could be wintry, especially on northwestern coast and over high ground. That stays with us for a few days for yet again more milder westerlies return again. And it's rinse repeat cycle. Then behind that, we'll get the colder air moving in again. And towards the end of this run, seems like we've got a bit of a high pressure trying to move up towards Iceland here. So we need to keep an eye on that.
By the old retrogression. No, it's east to west, isn't it?
This is if we could go on. Sorry, I have to cough again. If we could go on another day or two, I'd be interested to see if that does head towards like sort of Greenland. If that's the case, that's just going to flood the gates down to northerlies.
It will do. Andy's just said, where did the -10 and frost come from a few days ago? Been mild at night since then. That was down to a ridge of high pressure that was just moving across on it was on Saturday, Sunday. And
it was just a transient area of high pressure, wasn't it? Just passing through. Obviously, with the long nights, the air's got plenty of time to cool down, and this time of year, and under clear skies, it was just get frosty.
Yeah, it just drops like a stone. It was really cold yesterday, actually, and it was supposed to be like 12 degrees and went out, and it was like 50-mile-an-hour winds, and it was freezing cold. Like, this ain't 12 degrees. But yeah, as you can see there at the end of the run, could be a return to northerlies. Worth keeping a check on.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get back into the page so I can get. There we are.
Yeah.
On my screen, I couldn't get back onto there. I'm going to go back and have a look at the wind gusts for the UK because it's like we're in a bit of a not quite turbulent air, but it's going to be quite blustery at times. Excuse me. So let's have a look at the wind gust. So I'm just thinking, actually, we've not had any named storms off with this season.
No. Winter, beginning of January. We've not had one yet.
No, I don't think we have at all. Can't remember what the first letter. No, I mean the first now. I don't mean the first letter of the alphabet.
I'll have a look.
Let's say Andy for why he's watching us. So overnight we've got some strong gusty winds for the northwest of Scotland. They could gust up to about 60, maybe 70 mile an hour on the exposed coast. That'll shoot across Scotland through the night. As we head into Friday, we're looking, it's going to be quite breezy, looking at 20, 30, maybe 40 mile per hour gusts at times. And on the south coast, we're looking maybe up to 50 miles an hour. Then that area of low pressure starts to move in through Saturday. We're gusting northwest, quite breezy elsewhere. And Tuesday at the moment, obviously this is subject to change, especially with the winds. We've got a nice gale force wind up the Irish Sea through Tuesday afternoon into the evening. Breezy across the UK. Then we've got this little feature coming through on Wednesday that brings potential some gale force and maybe severe gales at times, especially in western areas. I'm looking at that. If it did came off, it could potentially be our first named storm if it doesn't get named by Met Éireann, because they seem to get a bit of a...
They'll use the same name as us.
Yeah.
I've just had a look on the Met Office. I'll bring that in a minute.
Yeah, so looking at that, the western side of Ireland could be getting gusts 70 to 80 mile an hour. So potentially, I'll be guessing that could be a named storm, but named by Met Éireann.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something we need to keep an eye on, especially on Sunday's forecast from us. So that's the potential there, because also they will get a bit of a battering there. And then breeze across the UK, maybe 50 mile per hour gusts across much of England and Wales.
Rush hour as well.
Yeah.
So potential disruption.
Yeah, definitely want to watch for Wednesday, Tuesday into Wednesday.
M6, A1, trying to think of some more north-south roads. Yeah, M6, A1, M1. Places like that could get a bit of a battering, but it's like a bit of a squall there goes through.
Yeah.
On Thursday.
That warm little sector, then followed by sudden cold air come back in. Definitely defined on there, isn't it? That little, perhaps.
Yeah, very defined squall that is for next Thursday.
Next Saturday, windy in the north, and there's a high pressure towards the south, so it'll be maybe some mist and fog for parts of England and Wales. Maybe into Scotland, actually, if it's clear. Then this will get the southerlies. Again, mist and fog, maybe frost. Then obviously we're going beyond the reliable time frame. That shows another good wind gust across the UK.
Yeah, there's that possibility of the northerly coming in then.
And there's that. Well, if that came off, look at it's going to be like a really northern blast there.
It's worth keeping an eye on for sure.
What we'll jump to look at next? The temperature or the precipitation?
Precip. We'll have a look at the precip, and then we can start wrapping it up because it's 8:45 now.
Ah, yes. Precipitation type. I've run through this. Then I'm going to zoom through the not the PV, the stratosphere. So I know there's been perhaps some developments on that actually.
Okay.
So let's quickly flick through this. Right, done it. Now, any snowfall at the minute, it'll be for more high ground of Scotland, usual place really this time of year. Maybe high ground, the Pennines, maybe a bit of sleetiness. There's another band coming through on Tuesday. Another band looks like maybe for Thursday, that could be that active front there that we've seen. That's something to need to go. That's something about saying something to keep an eye on. I've got a bit of sleetiness across parts of England and Wales.
Be dragging because it's coming in from the northwest, isn't it? Meeting that warm sector. Really, like you said, there's a sharp temperature gradient. I'm just going to quick look at that.
So that's a week away, so it's not really reliable in the more unreliable time frame.
Yeah.
Just quickly zoom through this. It stays dry with that high pressure across England and Wales. And that's got potential for some snowfall there. Arnold's actually getting a good snowfall there at the end of the run here. So this is unreliable time frame. It's just seeing this northerly starts kicking right at the end of the run. And it looks like we've got a good bout of snow on the top of the picture there. Well, let's see if that will come off
Indeed.
when we get to Sunday. One last thing we'll look at before we go:
Let's have a look at the sky.
stratospheric, because there have been suggestions of some stratospheric warming. Let's have a look, see if anything of that comes through. A little bit of a warming towards Asia's side. Well, that pushing to the North Pole, not at this stage. Definitely a bit of a warming there on the other side of the world. It's definitely putting pressure on the polar vortex, actually, isn't it?
It's pushing just ever so slightly inwards, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like stretching it. But that will give, it'll give the jet stream more vigour, shall we say.
Yeah, and one stage, June, around about a week ago, or about 3 or 4 days ago, excuse me, we did have a bit of a stratospheric warming, but it's not really been shown.
Backed off a bit, hasn't it? Now?
All right, anything else you want to have a look at, or are we done?
I think we can call that done. Quickly, you do the jet stream, then I can show everyone the name storms just out of interest.
All right, just literally.
Nova low pressure, warm sector low. Yeah.
Yeah. Jet stream is quite powerful at the moment before we see the high pressure moving to the south there.
Yeah. Cuts it off a little bit as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. Stop sharing. And we're back on. There we go.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'll just quickly share the named storms. I've just found them. I'm just trying to see it on here. There we go. So, yep, there we go. So there are the named storms for this year. So the first one will be Anthony. Let's show you, just to show you that they are the right ones. 23 storm names announced. Anthony, Betty and Killian will be the first named storms of the group this year. Storm names chosen by Met Aaron, Met Office and KNMI. Last year, Storm Eunice was responsible for England's record gust of 122 mile an hour.
I think it took the roof off the O2 ring, didn't it, in London?
It did indeed. So, yep, as Michael was alluding to earlier, we've had no named storms this year. So Anthony would be the first one. So it's in association with the Met Office, Met Aaron, and the Royal Netherlands Institute of Ministry of Infrastructure and Water Management. Very large. Or just the Met Office for the Netherlands. So, yeah.
The Dutch Met Service, there we go.
Yeah, the Dutch Met Service. So they're going to be the storms for the year, well, up until August this year. So any storms that are named, there's the names. Back to you.
Yeah,
right.
And we'll call that a night, and we'll be back on Sunday. Back to normal now. Sunday and Thursday. Better.
Yep. So we'll be back to normal as much as we can. I might not be able to do Thursdays, but I'll try my best because I do actually work on a Sunday. So I'll discuss that with you.
Yes,
and we'll work something. But
we'll be live around 8:15.
Yeah, but I'll have an chat with you about that in private.
Yes,
but Andy, thank you very much for putting your comments in. We're going to Michael's off to
go as well.
Watch The Apprentice, and I'm off to go and go to the grindstone, shall we say, and have a meeting with my managers and hopefully get this job sorted.
Yeah, and I'll be back there tomorrow morning from 9 o'clock.
Yep. So as soon as Michael finishes, I'm at work. So it's going to be awkward. But yes, guys, we will see you on Sunday. Fingers crossed.
About 8:15.
Yeah.
It's usually between 8 and 8:15.
It will be indeed. But I'm going to say good night from him.
And it's good night from that black box
That black
there with the white thing.
Right, guys. I better get going. I'll take care.
Take care, everybody.
Take care.
Ta-ta for
Bye.
now.